Hello everyone, I Shazib Khan and my friend Mohammad Aslam will present you our journal club paper. Title of our journal paper is Predicting Clustered Weather Patterns, a test case for applications of convolutional neural networks to spatio-temporal climate data. This paper is written by Ashish Chattopadhyay, Pedram Hassan Sadda, and Sabha Pasha. The objective of this paper was to propose a simple and algorithmic approach for labeling any spatio-temporal climate data based on using an easy-to-implement unsupervised clustering technique. Second objective was to label thousands of large-scale weather patterns over North America in the output of a state-of-the-art climate model, showing capabilities of CNNs in re-identifying the clustered patterns and predicting their time evolution and examine how the performance of CNNs depend on the architecture, hyperparameters, and size of the training dataset. In this presentation, we will tell you all about our learnings, methodology that the authors used, and their results. In the last, we will highlight the future scope of this research. Clustering algorithm. In the paper, k-means clustering was used. It is an iterative algorithm that tries to partition the dataset into k predefined, distinct non-overlapping clusters where each data point belongs to only one group. It tries to make the intra-cluster data points as similar as possible while also keeping the clusters as far as possible. It assigns data points to cluster such that the sum of the square distance between the data points and the cluster centroid is at minimum. In figure, which is taken from our studied paper, you can see the center of the 4K main cluster in terms of full Z500 field at day 0 for summer months, June to August, and for winter months, December to Feb. Coming to our next learning, silhouette values. It is a method of interpretation and validation of consistency within clusters of data. Value is a measure of how similar an object is to its own cluster compared to other clusters. In the table, some percentage of samples is shown, which tells us about the correctly classified or incorrectly classified for different ranges of silhouette values. Silhouette values, by definition, are defined between -1 and 1, and high values indicate high cohesion and strong separation. Next one is CNN and logistic regression. Both are different techniques or algorithms to do the same thing, classification of data. Logistic regression is a statistical approach, while neural network mimics the brain neural network concept. Logistic regression is a technique that can be used for binary classification, making a prediction when the thing to predict can be one of just two possible values. Now, both of these algorithms have a similar problem, that is, finding the best value for their parameters. Usually, people use gradient descent in logistic regression to minimize the cost function and on each iteration get better values to fit their data. And in neural network, we use backpropagation to find parameters to our inputs.
Now, coming to the methodology section. Author applied the auto-labeling technique on the spatio-temporal data. He clustered the dataset into n classes using an unsupervised algorithm such as k-mean, which assign index 1 to n in each pattern. In the second step, the cluster indices are used to label the pattern in the dataset 1 to n for day 0, day 1, day 2, and so on. The labeled dataset is then used to train and test the CNN algorithm. This approach proposed here can be used for any climate or environmental dataset. For the case study presented here, author focus on re-identifying and predicting the daily weather patterns over North America in summer and winter. Now, before moving forward, we need to understand the architect of CNN algorithm. A CNN4 algorithm has four convolutionary layers that have 8, 16, 32, and 64 filters. respectively. Each filter has a kernel size of 5 cross 5, and the filter of maximum pooling layer have a kernel size of 2 cross 2. The convolutionary layer at the beginning captures the low level features, while the later layer would pick up the high level features. Each convolutionary step is followed by a ReLU function that introduces non-linearity in the extracted feature. In the last two layers, a maximum pooling layer after the ReLU function retains only the most dominant features in the extracted feature map, while inducing translation and scale invariance. These extracted features then map into the neural map that has 1024 neurons. The output is the probability of each class on the neurons map. The simulated dataset of the author was in the form of data matrix. So what he did, he used the upsampling technique to convert 97 cross 66 grid point matrix into a RGB image of size 343 cross 243 cross 3 pixel, where 3 is the channels that represent red, green, blue color. Now this upsampling image is then downsampling to an image of size 28 cross 28 cross 3 using bicubic interpolation and further standardized by the subtracting the mean and dividing by the standard deviation of the pixel intensity. These images are the input to CNN for training and testing. The downsampling step is used to remove redundant features at a small scale from each sample. Now, coming to the result section. So, in this paper, the author developed two CNN algorithms, one with two convolutionary layers, that is CNN2, and another one with the four convolutionary layer, that is CNN4. On the screen, the left and right table shows the test accuracy of CNN2 and CNN4 for the summer and winter month respectively. These table is for the re-identification of the day 0. The overall accuracy, that is the sum of diagonal number for the CNN4, has 93.3 for the summer and 93.8 for the winter, while CNN2 has an overall accuracy of 89% for the summer and 86.6% for the winter. The graph below shows that the CNN4 algorithm has high accuracy than CNN2 because CNN4 has more number of convolutionary layers. The upper table is the percentage of samples correctly classified or incorrectly classified for different ranges of the silhouette value. A silhouette value by definition are between -1 and 1, and high value indicate high cohesion and strong separation. The below table is the scaling of the overall test accuracy for the prediction at lead day 1, lead day 3 and lead day 5 for different sample size of 12,000, 8,000 and 4,000 are given in the table. We can see that CNN4 algorithm has high accuracy than the logistic regression algorithm because CNN algorithm are complex or a big neural network than the logistic regression. This table shows the overall test accuracy of predicting the cluster indices using CNN compared against the total accuracy using regular logistic regression algorithm. And we can also see that as the lead days are increasing, the test accuracy is decreasing because the dependency become low as the time increases. In simple terms, it's too hard to predict the weather very far in advance because weather is incredibly complex and dynamic. In the end, author also discussed the how this loss and accuracy changes with the number of epochs during training for CNN algorithm for properly tuned and improperly tuned model. We know that loss is measured as the cross entropy normalization by its maximum value, while the training accuracy is measured by the number of training samples correctly identify at the end of each epoch. Here, hyperparameter alpha, lambda, t are respectively the initial learning rate, regularization constant, and dropout probability. On the screen, the figure A and B show the properly tuned model and C and D is the improperly tuned model. Now, the different we can see on the screen that C and D has low accuracy due to improperly tuned. Now, between A and B, the learning rate alpha is low in figure A, that implies the test accuracy is low, that is 93.3, as compared to figure B that has test accuracy of 93.8.
Coming to future scope and other uses. No research is ever complete. Although CNNs have showed promising results in re-identifying and predicting complex patterns in a non-stationary data, but techniques such as recurrent neural networks (RNNs), which with long short-term memory (LSTMs) and tensor-trained RNNs, have also shown encouraging skills in predicting time series in a chaotic system. Coupling CNNs with these techniques can potentially provide powerful tools for spatiotemporal prediction. One such example can be a convolutional LSTM network. Second is the use of this study. The cluster-based forecasting of extreme events are conducted using a CNN model trained on a reanalysis data rather than model data might lead to improved weather extremes prediction. So this is our references, and hereby we end our presentations. So thank you.